Good afternoon, world's greatest students, and happy Wednesday. I wish you were here in the building to celebrate Wednesday with me. Just have a few announcements I want to share with you. I'm looking at myself on this Google Meet, and if I go like this, I have horns. You can see my little horns there? Little ones, big ones. It's lonely here in the building. There are just a few staff here. We want to get you back as soon as possible. So with that in mind, I want to just remind you to mask up, socially distance, avoid large groups. I am masking up today because there are about 7 of us working in the office today, and I'm guessing that we're all breathing some of the same air. So I'm trying to do my part so that we can get actually 2 things. So we can get school back going and also save some lives. You know, a lot of you have heard that hospital beds are filled and we need to do our part. So thank you for masking up, socially distancing, and avoiding large groups. We are in distance learning mode starting tomorrow. And what I need from you are a few things here. I'm going to go through some of those expectations. We're looking at probably 28 days is the minimum, but most likely longer. We don't know that at this point. Couple things I need from students. Google Meet, that is going to be our main source of instruction delivery. So show up to your Google Meets on time. Make sure that if you have the ability to have your camera on, try to turn that on. That actually helps teachers. It's amazing when you have an audience in front of you, it really changes how teaching, the quality of the teaching. You think about, right now I'm in a room and I don't have anyone to give me any feedback. So I would probably feel a lot better if I had a room full of people and I could see engagement happening. So I know that a lot of you might have reasons why you can't have your camera on, and that's okay. Your Wi-Fi might be slow. One of the quickest ways to help that is turn the camera off, and we understand that, but if possible, please try to turn your camera on for those teachers. Find a quiet place to have your Google Meet. I have a crazy little dog, and every time a car drives by, this dog yips. So I might not do my schoolwork in the front room where the dog is barking. I might find a room in the back of the house. So find that place where there will be less distractions for you. Maybe you have a sibling who's playing video games and yelling at the television. Find some other place to go. Another thing about Google Meets is your teachers are going to be posting these meets. They're going to record it and post it on Google Classroom. So for those of you who cannot view it live, ideally you're all live, but we recognize that some of you won't be able to. We do expect you to go back and watch that if you're not able to be on it live. Wednesdays, that's not going to change. That's like it has been all school year here. It's a small activity, just hours 1 through 7. There will not be blue on Wednesdays. It's really a 10 to 15 minute activity, and that counts as your attendance. So make sure that you are taking care of those things on Wednesdays. We have an intervention coming up. In my head, I'm calling it the Double Dose Wednesdays. That is not the official name, but the goal is to have students who are failing multiple classes come into school even though we are in distance learning. Our case numbers are too high in the county at this point for us to start it. Once we find out it is safe enough on Wednesdays, we will be busing in some of you who are failing classes to 2 different sessions, likely a 9 to noon session and a noon to 3 session. And you'll be working with our staff on getting your grades up. Attendance, this is a big one. Just want to remind students, parents out there that are listening, please remind your students, attendance is very important. I need you to be diligent. Every day there's 4 classes that they're going to take your attendance. If it's a Wednesday, then you actually have 7 different classes to consider. Failing grades, truancy, those are things that that happen when you're not in school. So please make sure your attendance is good. Think of it as normal school. So if you have an orthodontist appointment and you need to miss class, guess what? We need a parent or guardian to call the office and mark you excused. Okay, that's still happening even in distance learning. Hunting and fishing, is that excused? No, just like normal distance distance learning, it's also not excused. We can't let you go snowmobiling with your buddies and count that as excused. So make sure you have a parent guardian calling in. Some of you have to miss class for good reasons. I'm thinking about speech and language. Let's say maybe you have a session. You would normally miss class to go to those speech sessions. Same thing happens now. If you have to miss class, email those teachers that you have to miss and say, hey, I have a lesson scheduled on this date at this time. They'll understand. What else? Sick. This is just like normal school also. If you're sick, parents listening, if your child is sick, please call the office. Let us know who is sick. We are still tracking that. We need to know how many students and staff are sick so that when we can get things back to normal, when it's safe to do that, we can do that. Communication. Students, I want you to stay on top of your emails, Google Classroom. Be a good advocate for yourself. If you're well-informed and you're staying on top of communication, you will be able to make sure you're getting what you need and getting the grade that you deserve as well. Parents out there, Parent View is still the best. That's what you should be looking at. But I definitely would love for parents to sit down side by side with their student and say, hey, let's pull up a device here. Show me your Google Classroom. Walk me through that. What are the assignments you did this week? How come that one's in red? What does that mean when it says it was due yesterday and it's in red? Be an involved parent. Figure out what those students are doing on Google Classroom. That is kind of the hub where all assignments will be. What else? Homework and meals. Delivery starts this week, actually today. So I'm going to go over just a couple things. I actually have the schedule in front of me. As of today, we do have food being delivered for those of you who have requested that. That's today and Friday this week, and then Tuesday the 24th next week. Homework delivery for those of you who need that. That is Thursday, so tomorrow, and then Monday the 23rd. Couple things about that. First, I want to mention that our bus drivers and paraprofessionals, these folks are heroes. They're working magic right now. So I hope that you're thanking them and you're checking those prearranged drop-off locations. Most of you have already had a bus driver reach out to you and kind of identify that prearranged drop-off location. That's where the meals will go, the homework, paper copy delivery. That's where that stuff is going to happen. If you need the meals, make sure you sign up. Some of you haven't signed up and you're not getting anything today. So if you need to, you just have to be 18 or younger and live in our county. Even if you're not a student here, we do have meals available. Just go to morrischools.org, go to that website, scroll down to the bottom, and there is a tab for meal delivery. What did I miss? I don't think anything there. So if you have questions, always call the office. We're here to help. Staff, I just want to mention your staff, your teachers and all school staff right now, they're busting their humps to make sure that we can pull this off. So from exposure to long hours and working into the night, this is a group of very dedicated people. And I think students, the least you can do is try your hardest during distance learning. Parents, learn what you can learn and help where you can. This is an amazing group, and I'm so proud to work with them. They're all going above and beyond. The main elementary lot has Wi-Fi available for anybody. So if that's an issue for you and you're able to pull into that lot and work on a device, please take advantage of that main elementary lot. Couple more quick things, and then it's time for your dad joke. I guess I just want to say that there are brighter days ahead. This is icky. When I do this, all I can think about is last spring, how I got on here and said something to all of you, and we had hoped we'd be back, and we never did come back. April and May, we finished out the year, distance learning. I'm very hopeful that that is not the case this year. I think there are brighter days ahead, and it's all about the attitude. So tell yourself it's going to be a good day. Make the best of it. Tonight at 6 o'clock, our Governor Walz will be giving us some more recommendations. And I think that's important homework for you students out there. If you get a chance, please tune in at 6 tonight to listen to our governor. To-do lists and goals. Make a to-do list, set goals. These are two very simple things that the most successful people in the whole world always do. So get a piece of paper out, write out some goals for yourself, make a to-do list, check things off as you accomplish them. That's your homework, everyone. Ask for help if you need help during this difficult time. This is very difficult for all of us. Please remember you're part of the Mora High School family. And if you need something, please call us. Call the school, ask for help. Last thing, just again, please do your part. Mask up, socially distance, avoid large groups. We want to get school back as soon as we can. Now it's time for a dad joke. Here we go. This book I actually got from two of our seniors. So if you're watching, thank you so much for this delightful book. What did the cat say? Oh gosh, I'm reading this wrong here. What did the cat say to the other cat when he jumped out and scared him? Wait for it. Wait for it. Stop that. You're freaking me out.